Good morning, traders. Again, you feel you hear this welcoming message for the first time. I'm saying it for the second or third time. The mic was off in the previous recording, and I had like a gut feeling that it was off, but I didn't check it and uploaded it, and it was off. So this is the new video. It will be uploaded shortly. It's going to be a much quicker video because I have some things to do and I'm running late. But anyway, let's jump right into it. Daily analysis. We look at the daily. We're seeing price is reaching up into this imbalance. Potentially, we could expect a reaction off of it. Why? Because this imbalance is perfectly within the 50%, just above the 50% of this leg towards the downside. So it's in the premium. We could expect a reaction off of this area. Dropping down to the 1 hour, we're seeing price tapped into this imbalance. We're seeing price moving sideways, giving us that indication that price is really slowing down and really reacting off of this imbalance. I have the Asian session, London session, New York session just marked up just to see the size of the sessions. Relatively tight consolidated sessions previous 2 days. So not much happening in here, just a lot of buildup of liquidity. That's why I marked up the buy side liquidity above these highs. You can note that the Asian session really had a big drop towards the downside, giving us that indication that the London session could be tricky. You can see it's just over 50 pips, which usually makes London session tricky because then you can have a lot of chop and you can see the highs and lows are quite far away. So the play where we have a sweep of high and low is not that clear or evident. It's a bit lower probability. Ultimately, I am thinking of shorts just because of the liquidity. We failed to move above. We've failed to move above this high. We're creating these relatively equal highs above here. So yes, I do think price could be reaching for those areas, but maybe perhaps we would rather first see a price move a bit lower, grab liquidity towards the downside before going higher. Just noting that we have a structure break towards the downside as well. Structure break below. I don't know where that went. I think the visibility settings is different. On the 15 minutes, let's just quickly change this visibility to 1 hour as well. So on the 15 minutes, my main idea was to see price sweep the liquidity above this buy side liquidity. Have something like this and then move lower. So that's currently the idea that I have. Still consolidated, so we have nice accumulation. We're looking for that manipulation and the distribution. Usually when the Asian session is this big towards the downside, you can see when price is ranging towards the downside. In the Asian session, I would want to see a pullback towards the upside and then see price go lower. So that's why I'm looking for potential short trade ideas. I have marked out these areas in yesterday's morning analysis for the Fanatic community, and I think potentially we could be reaching for this area. We have lower time frame imbalance, higher time frame buy zone. Potentially we could see price reaching for this area. Ultimately, I would want to see price go higher still, but I think today we could see a move lower and then move higher. So often you would maybe see something like this where it goes up, it goes down, and it goes up again, really tricky. But basically, it's just really hunting all of the liquidity. So it's not that tricky at all. You just need to know what to look for. So I have some short ideas on the table. Let's see if they play out. So how and where will I take a short? Well, if price reaches towards the upside, move sideways, gives us an entry pattern, then I'm taking the short towards the downside. And then ultimately, if we get a 1 minute reaction and a shift in structure from one of these areas, then we'll be looking to take the long potentially in New York session. If I get a good trade in London, I'll probably just trade London session and not trade New York as well. So that's just what's happening for me right now. Yesterday, we had a really clean sweep of the Asian low, which was over here, and we had a 1 minute confirmation entry over here. Traded could be traded all the way up towards the buy side liquidity, which was that high previously. Now it just moved towards that high over there. So that is currently what's on the cards for me. In the previous video, I looked at Aussie dollar and EU as well. I can just mention that they do not look as clean or clear for me. I was looking at this area on Aussie dollar. We can see we had a nice sweep of liquidity, a structure break, nice complex correction back towards the upside. Potentially on the 1 minute, we could get an entry. Well, probably There already was an entry, I'm not sure, but we have a nice break of structure. I would want to see a return, a pullback, but price already returned there. And you can see price already tapped into this area. But ultimately, I would want to see something like this on Aussie dollar. EU, I'm not looking at EU. I don't like EU, sorry. Okay, I'm going to stop it over there. I'm going to wrap it up. And just for, as mentioned in the comments, the announcement, I I've shared this with the community as well. I'm leaving the Trading Fanatic community. I've discussed it with Ilya and been thinking a lot about it. And it's time for me to do my own projects and own things. So I will be leaving it. It's sad to say, but it's time, and it's time to end that chapter on a good note and start the new chapter. And like I told them as well, there will be many more crossovers, I do believe. So it's not goodbye, it's just farewell. So on that note, I will potentially be doing some of my own projects. So keep your eyes open on the social medias. Later in June, you might see something pop up. Yes, something specific to GU. As you all know, I'm just trade GU. So it will maybe be something for the GU fans. So that's it from my side, guys. I hope you all, and I wish you all a lovely day. If we see some movement, I'll talk to you in the Telegram and the Discord. And then, yeah, let's have a great and smashing day. Have a great one. Bye.